Welcome to my class today. Today I am going to talk about mutation and mutation theory. We know that Darwin assumed that species originate by the gradual accumulation of infinitesimal, ordinarily invisible variation on account of their utility in the struggle for life actually. The theory of natural selection as a slow, gradual change of species over time. Many scientists at the time believed in this very slow process, that is what we call as gradualism, and it is the topic for the discussion in 18th century and the mid of 19th century, and still it is going on actually. They thought the process involved many small changes occurring and building up over many generations actually. It takes several generations to build a new character actually in the species. The difficulties inherent in this conception have led to the theory of mutation. So the gradual changes that took place in the species development or within the species, and this is also caused by the mutation actually, which suppose the production of species and variety proceeds by a small but distinct steps involved in the evolution actually. Each step corresponding to one or more unique characters actually. So it is only after the appearance that the environment can decide about their utility actually. Whatever the character comes to the species after it is passed to the generations, once it comes to the utility, then only it can be said that it is completely fit for the organisms actually, right? However, Hugo de Vries disagreed with the slow and steady idea that is the Darwin proposed called gradualism. After seeing this sudden mutation in evening primrose plants actually, he believed that evolution could occur via discontinuous variation. So the point of discontinuous variation is very important to understand how this continuous variation occur or discontinuous variation occur in the animals actually. A large change happened in a few generations. Sometimes this discontinuous variation leads into a large or a mega change occur in the species or in the generation. This means that organism can have a drastic jumps that immediately result in a new species coming into the existence. So we know that all of a sudden a new species exists in this nature. So new species in the sense which is related to the ancestral animals like. So according to the Vries mutation theory, he proposed the mutation theory. According to living organisms can develop changes their genes that greatly alter the organisms. So whenever the gene alter takes place within the cellular level, so that leads into organism development or a change in or a great change or a great alter in organism development actually. So these changes are passed down to the next generation and led to a development of a new species actually. If it is a continuous changes occur during the generations actually, so consecutive generations, so that might lead into a development of a new species actually. That's what we have heard about the same thing in the species formation or speciation topic actually. Once a new species has evolved, it becomes fixed and stop changing. And this is very, very interesting character. So if you consider that is a new species originated or generated from some ancestor, and the new species which is generated should not change and go back to the originality actually. So that is the condition in the formation of species actually. The mutations are the mechanism De Vries proposed for his discontinuous variation model of evolution. Actually, you can see that you see that gradualism is like this. It's a continuous change in the organism, and the discontinuous variation occur when a small organism or a group of organisms can give rise to a new species all of a sudden. So that is what we call it as the mutation causes this condition actually. According to him, De Vries, new species are not formed by continuous variation but by sudden appearance of variations actually, which he named as mutation actually. So what he said is that in the gradualism, that is a continuous variation is something like gradualism. So slow, it is what we call it as a microevolution. Slowly the organ development takes place, and the organ development takes place into a kind of a modification, and the modification led into isolation of the organisms, and the isolation of organisms can lead into a new species later. But however, according to De Vries, so it is not the case actually. So anything during this process, anything can occur within the genes, within the chromosomes, any kind of changes or alteration occur during this process. Say new formation new organisms can form. So this whatever the changes comes in within the organism based on any kind of external or intrinsic or external or extrinsic forces. So that's what we call it as a mutation. Hugo De Vries stated that mutations are heritable and persist in successive generations. As I said earlier, once the new new species formed, it will not look back to the original species character actually. So it might show some characteristic features of ancestor. However, they have a lot of or a strong barrier between the ancestor and the new species. So that's what the De Vries says here. After mutation, so whatever the mutation, after mutation, any character, any trait occur in the offspring, so that is heritable, that can be transferred to the next generation and persist in the successive generation. After that, many generations, so this character will persist for long period of time or in the consecutive generation. So that's what the Hugo De Vries states actually. Mutationism is one of the several alternatives to evolution by natural selection that have existed both before and after publication of Charles Darwin's book on the origin of species actually. So the mutationism is something like it gives a scope for thinking of gradualism in a different way or in a different angle. That is how the mutationism or mutation theory came into the picture actually. So for that, many scientists or many embryologists or many evolutionary biologists work together to prove this kind of theories actually. The theory mutation was the source of novelty, creating new forms and new species, potentially instantaneously in sudden jump actually. So in mutation, you can see that the species are very potential, and the new species are having a new characteristic features or new traits, etc., which we call it as a sudden jump from the old one to the new one actually. So this was envisaged as driving evolution actually. So otherwise, I would like to say that the mutation could be one of the driving force for the evolution to form the new species, which was thought to be limited by the supply of mutation. Before Darwin, biologists commonly believed in saltationism actually, the possibilities of large evolutionary jump, including immediate speciation actually. Saltationism is something like a sudden jump or something like a rapid jump or immediate jump occur actually. So which is not believed by the Darwin and Darwin followers actually. For example, in 1822, Geoffrey Sand argued that species could be formed by sudden transformation or what would later be called as macromutation. Any animal which might show a different characteristic feature which is not at all present in the forefathers actually, or species. So this transformation would later become later called as macromutation actually. So we know that earlier micromutation, a congregation or aggregation of micromutation leads into a macromutation, and the macromutation leads into what we call it as mega evolution, microevolution and macroevolution. So in that way new formation of new organisms formed actually. So in 1901, the genetist Hugo de Vries gave the name called as mutation, as I said earlier, to seemingly a new form that suddenly arose in his experiment on the evening primroses actually. The result of de Vries became a viral to Darwinism supported for a while by genetists including William Bateson, Morgan and Punnett. Coming to the experiments conducted by de Vries actually. He conducted his experiments on evening primrose and found several aberrant types actually. When evening primrose was self-pollinated and its seeds were allowed to grow, majority of F1 plants were similar to the parents actually. Similar to parents. But a few were different plants. When he saw that different plants existed during the F1 generation, then the question mark came into the picture of de Vries. Why this change? If we accepted the gradualism, why this change actually? So this change should not be there. So then he thought that there is some problem with the generation or development of new organism or development of or otherwise we call it as gradualism. The different plants were also self-pollinated. If these different plants grown in the F1 generation are self-pollinated and then the seeds were sown, the majority of the plants were similar to that of the parents, while few were still more different plants, and this continued generation after generation. Look at this. So this is the question mark in the mind of de Vries, that it is not something like a gradualism. There is something behind it or hiding in it, so that we have to think in different way. So these plants appear to be a new species. Actually, for him, it is a new species. For everyone who is believing in the gradualism, very first time, if they see that becomes very new to them. They might think that okay, this is a new species actually. The same thing happened to de Vries also. So he suggested from his experiment that new type of inherited characters may appear suddenly without any previous indication of their presence in the race actually. Whatever the character that he got in the primrose plants actually, so he concluded that this character might have present in the previous generation, so it is suddenly appearing actually. Any indication, without giving any indication, it is appeared actually. So he believed that mutation caused evolution and not the minor heritable variation which was mentioned by Darwinism. Any kind of a small change might not give rise to what we call it as a complete evolution. So it is what we call it as mutation. Mutation is the driving force or one of the driving force for causing the mutation, the new species actually. Mutation are random or directionless, while Darwinism variations are small and directional actually. So in mutation we don't know which direction the things which direction the species grow and how the species grow. So we don't know how the evolution would be and in the species level. And it is random, anytime it may occur or it may not occur at all. Whereas in Darwinism it is a definite. However, it is very, very slow, but it is having a direction. We can predict it. Okay, so this is the things will going to happen like this now. According to Darwin evolution is gradual, while De Vries believe that mutation causes species formation and hence known as saltation. It is a single step large, mutation, we call it as saltation process. Okay, and they have a different opinion about the evolution actually. Coming to the salient features of mutation theory. On the basis of experiment observation, Hugo De Vries put forward a theory called the mutation theory. What is that? What is this mutation theory actually? And this theory states that evolution is a jerky process. Evolution is a jerky process where new varieties and species are formed by the mutation. Where within that, during the jerky process, new varieties and the species are formed by the mutation. That is what we call it as discontinuous variation. That functions as a raw material for evolution. So that's what De Vries says once again. The mutation is said to be the raw material for the evolution. Raw material for evolution. So it is very clearly indicates that jerky process will lead into a new species actually. Let us see the salient features of mutation theory actually. That's very important thing actually. Just see. Mutation are the discontinuous variation or the raw material for evolution, as I said earlier. And the mutation appear all of the sudden. So we know that the definition of the mutation itself is like that. It is the appearance of the character suddenly in the organism. Unlike the Darwin continuous variation or fluctuation, mutation do not revolve around the means or normal character of the species actually. So it will not revolve. It is a sudden appearance, that's it. So the same type of mutation can appear in number of individuals of the same species. It can it might say that a kind of a mutation which causes what do you call it as the grey hair, or it might cause it to curly hair, or a broad nose, or a pointed nose, thick eyebrow, or something like that. This kind of character, or this kind of character caused by mutation can occur even within the same species for many individuals actually. All mutations are inheritable. So this mutation character can be transferred into the next generation. That's what the things actually. So mutation appears in all conceivable direction. Okay, it is conceivable direction. Useful mutations are selected by nature. It's very important thing. Useful mutations are selected by nature, whereas lethal mutations are eliminated in the nature. Look at the nature character here. So if it is useful to the organism, the character will be retained. If it is very lethal, so then it will be eliminated from the organism. So, however, useless and less harmful ones can persist in the progeny. In offspring, you can expect that a less harmful one or useless characters can be kept in the things, as we have seen in the vestigial organs in the body. Accumulation of variation produce new species. Whenever the variation comes, the more variation, more variety of organisms can produce. The new varieties of organisms can produce. That is the thing here. So sometimes a new species is produced from a single mutation. Even the single mutation is enough to cause or give rise to a new species actually. This is what another salient feature is. And finally, you have evolution is a jerky and discontinuous process here. It is not a continuous process. The mutation can never occur continuously actually. It might occur, it might not occur. So whenever it occurs in the species, it becomes almost like jerky character, which might lead into a new species or some kind of a variation in the species actually. So thank you friends. Please follow the next video for the next topic. Thank you.